You're welcome if you knew, forgiving your lateness. You streaming in your car, then let it ride. If you on the YouTube, like the video, subscribe. You are now tuned in to the GSP. You are now tuned in to the You are now tuned in. You are now tuned in to GSP.
Yes, sir. TSP episode 204. I'm your host, Bobby Hall, and with me, as always, you know who it is. It's Dylan the Savage. D-Lo. Another little break. We're back again. A little holiday break. I hope everyone had a great Easter. Mine was pretty solid. How are things at the Savage homestead? I guess was this week 2 into the new setup? Maybe week 3.
I hope it's week 3. I think it might be week 2, though. It's just a long grind, a long ways to go, brother. But it was all right. It was all right, decent. The kiddos were up north with the grandma to celebrate Easter. I met them halfway there in Lima at Cracker Barrel. We had an Easter breakfast. Yes, the Cracker Barrel is open on the holiday, so I had some good food there. They have like these pancakes. They're fruity pebble pancakes. Daughters love them. I don't know if I would.
Sure.
Maybe as a kid I would, but
That'd be a lot, yeah.
I'm at the doorstep of 30 now, Bobby, and that's just not my style anymore. Just give me the classic buttermilk, and I'm good. So it's getting old fast, unfortunately.
Okay,
but
man.
you know how it is, man. It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. Mom made me a ham to take home, some that and some, what do they call them? Potato skin or cheesy potato scallops. Hit the spot.
There you go. Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, it was good. It was decent. Can't complain. How about yourself, Bobby?
Easter was solid, man. Kids got, multiple baskets from aunts, uncles, grandparents. The Easter Bunny came here. I went to my aunt and uncle's, and they kind of pivoted from the traditional Easter menu. We went with pulled pork, barbecue chicken, stuff like that. Mac and cheese, baked beans. It was great. I was able to have I've been talking about it. I was able to have a few of my mom's chocolate chip cookies, the greatest in the entire world. First time in a year and a half, so I was in heaven, man.
Just cut loose now, man.
Yeah. It was awesome, but it was nice to get with the family a little bit. Weather wasn't too bad. It wasn't great. I think it was in like the 50s. But yeah, it was cool. And then last week it was WrestleMania weekend, so you mix all that in. It was a hell of a Sunday. I think Cavs game 1 was that Sunday too. So
I think you're right. And they're just steamrolling the heat.
It was a Sunday of all Sundays for your boy. So great time. But happy to be back on this show. We got a loaded one, D-Lo. We got kind of a guest and a half, I guess you'd say. We got a longtime friend of mine that I'm excited to bring on, and for the first time here in a little bit. But if you want to, we're gonna do a little call in with our guy, longtime big time supporter, multi-time guest, Alex A.D. Davis, because he just dropped a children's book, man. I got it at the house. Asked him to sign it. He obliged, so I got a signed copy. I feel special about it, man. But we're kind of booked out through the end of season 7 here, so I told him, we'll do a call in.
Hello.
AD.
Yo, what it do?
Hey, man, I was just doing a little intro, man. But how we doing, man?
My
how we
bad.
doing? No, you're good.
I didn't know the protocol. My apologies.
No, I didn't know that he was gonna boot you right out. But basically, I was just letting the people know, man. You just dropped a new kids book, and it's one that I purchased. As soon as I seen it was available, and I asked to get a signed copy, which you obliged, man. I feel feel special, man, because I think you got something here.
Well, first of all, Bob, you are special, and everybody's special. We're all special.
Okay.
I was trying something. It didn't work out. I couldn't be serious enough. But yeah, no, you are special. We're all, everybody's special. So thank you. No, it means a lot. I haven't had my caffeine this morning, so bear with me. No, man. Yeah, it's been a really good process, a fun process, a journey for sure. So I hear the microwave going off in the background. But Yeah, move with Melo. And the idea was conceived in 2018. I actually wrote it in 2020. Reached out to my illustrator in 2022, and then started the printing process and the copyright process summer of 24, and then was able to get it published, or able to get the printed copies back here this past March. And so now it's go time, and got the hard copies, and and I'm grateful to everyone who has supported and purchased a copy. It's a low number right now, but my plans are to heighten it as time goes on. But currently, 5% of all proceeds go to the National Canine Cancer Foundation. Melo passed away from cancer, and so I'm like, how can I, not do this in vain, and try to make sure I'm giving back, and started this 5%, and then hopefully next round go up to the 10, and just see where we can go from there, and hopefully just support that cause. I'm not a good signature person, Bob, so I don't know how it looks, or what on a scale of 0 to 10. But this is definitely some practice. I appreciate you even asking. That means the world, knowing that you and Jackson, you guys do things, and have a great father-son bond. Like, okay, this is it hits different when a parent, or and specifically in our case a dad, reaches out for it, and like, okay, cool, I already know that there's going to be some use here. And so no, I appreciate it, man. It means the world.
Yeah, I love it, man. And shout out to your illustrator too, because the illustrations of this book are incredible. I love it.
Jay Burke he's I'm so happy to hear that he's a god of the graphic design world. Known him since BG days, and we've done worked on things together. And by worked on things, I've had ideas, and I reached out to him to make these ideas happen. And he's made, whether it's a logo, a graphic, a clothing design, a video intro, you name it. This guy is a visualizer machine. I'm like, well, let me see if he'd be interested in this, because I'm comfortable with him. He's professional. I know we correspond well. When you're just comfortable with somebody, okay, cool, this makes sense. And sure enough, he was down to take on the job, and I was very grateful, because then I knew I could be confident and calm in that process, and I wasn't worried about how long it took or whatever, because I knew that it was in the right hands. And of course he delivered. So in the clutch. So yeah, no, Jared Burke is that guy, and I'll forever, stand by that. Most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of hit it with a little bit of pun, I feel like it elevated the book. You know what I mean?
Come on, no, for sure. He actually did the first elevated living logo.
There it is.
In 2011. Yeah, no. So there's a lot of connection with Jared Burke, and he's a very special individual. Individual.
It came out great, man. I love it. I told you, man. I'm extremely proud of you, man. As a friend, as a supporter, this is cool. A lot of people say they'll do things and then get to the first step and kind of see, okay, it's not just going to be done after step 1. You got to do step 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And then they're like,
keep going up for sure.
You know what I mean? And you made it happen.
No.
And it's awesome that you kind of involved your son in the publishing company. You know what I mean? That'd be cool as he gets older to kind of collaborate with him on some stuff. And it's a cool thing, man. And like I said, yeah, there's even more of a reason to buy it. Not only is it a cool book to read with the kids, cool looking book, proceeds go towards a great cause too. So it's all around
for sure,
awesome thing, man.
I think about, and both of you guys will be able to relate to this. But just the other, like the big children's authors, right? You got the Eric Carls, the Bill Martins, you got the Sandra Boyntons, you got the Jack Ezra Keats, and they're just these are legends, right? And so as when Miles was at 0 to 3, 0 to 4, and we're reading a lot of those classic children's books. I'm like, hang on, I got a lot of ideas that would work for this. And I already had the first one. It was just a matter of putting it into action. But I'm like, okay, if they found passion, happiness and fruit through their children's book writing or illustration, like, this might be a field I could enjoy. But the passion really started, through those, first 2 to 3 years of his life, when that was like a big source of entertainment for him, So yeah, parenthood brings so many gems that we don't know are going to come until they do.
I got a couple more things. We'll let you get back to your Sunday, but the
Sure.
scheme in this. I know Alex A.D. Davis wrote this, but some of the scheme in here was A. Davis involved in some of the writing of this book.
Oh, you got jokes. Got jokes, Bob.
I'm just.
I
You wear a lot of hats.
No, for sure. No, it's I mean, as a rhymer yourself, it's just it's about figuring out, having fun, right? And so I can have fun writing about this. I can have fun writing about my lifestyle, or drinking tea, sipping juice, dropping my kid off at school, going to practice, work, whatever, right? And so the rhymes were not difficult, as when you read it, it's very simple, right? But it was just a matter of thinking about exactly what Melo does or did, and his daily routine. And so I see him every day, so I know. But I'm like, let me look at old pictures just to see other things that remind me of him, and maybe certain occasions or whatever. And so as I reference those old, that old catalog of pictures, I'm like, oh, okay, this is easy. Or it brings different wordplay, or not even wordplay, but different verbiage, I would say, just to properly articulate and help visualize or paint the picture for what he would do on a daily basis. Dog love food, so yeah, we're going to be heavy in the kitchen, definitely getting snacks. Dog love to be out in the sun, so yeah, he's definitely going to be on the patio sunbathing. And as I sent Jay Burke these photos, and I started to see some of the stuff that he was working on as he would send it back, as he was working on it, I'm like, okay, he really captured what I was trying to go for here, as far as those moments. And I think sending him those pictures really assisted with the graphics that he delivered.
Yeah, and to just keep kind of crediting, your guy here, the illustrator. A lot of people these days are leaning towards the AI side of things, because it's basically a couple of clicks and boom, you got what you need. I fully respect that you sent your guy pictures and stuff, and he kind of brought it to life in a children's book form, man. It's pretty cool. It stands out from like a lot of books.
No, yeah, that's part of the. I mean, you have a simple children's book, and it doesn't have to be the crazy, have the crazy artistry. But I think when I read Rainbow Fish, like, or read Elmer, right, like, holy cow, like, the art is fantastic. The story is great, right, but it wouldn't be the same without the art. So I'm like, no, I gotta make this one pop for sure. Look, I wish I was a graphic designer, because these illustrators, they get paid, and so if anyone's out there, younger individual or older individual, has a knack for Illustrator or Photoshop, or just wants to design, like, man, like, because there's also people that's willing to pay for that art, people like myself, and people with bigger bags too, or Scholastic, Penguin House, Random Penguin House, all these publishers, I'm sure they're always looking for illustrators. So I would encourage, and I don't have that urge, nor do I have that aspect of creativity or patience. But for those that do, I would definitely urge them to reach out, because yeah, man, it's a lot of money out there for sure.
Dylan, before I fire off my closing question, you got anything for our boy here?
Yeah, AD. First and foremost, professionally on my end, I completely didn't know that it was going to throw you right into the podcast like that. So I apologize for kind of just throwing it right to the fire on live.
That's okay. No,
I had my stuff muted, and I heard the ringing, and I thought I was the only one hearing the ringing. And then Bobby answered the call, and I was like, "Oh shit, you're live on the podcast." So I did not know. For future reference in the calls, this is like probably the third or fourth call we ever took on the podcast since we've had this. So I know now for future reference. But
well, I think, yeah, no, you don't have to. I love it. I think it's great, because it shows individuals, or shows and listens to individuals, or hears them, that this is a completely live show, as opposed to a dead one.
Yeah,
and you guys are doing it. So I think it's a beautiful thing that happened for sure.
alive and somewhat well. So we
For
are.
sure.
It caught the ring and everything, so I'm sure that will be in the podcast as well. But
I love
congratulations
it.
to you and the children's book, man. It's definitely inspirational. Like Bobby said, and I couldn't say it better. It's like people do get into these things where they say they're going to do something, and they find out how tall the mountain really is to climb. And my brother, you made it to the peak, and I hope the best for you and the copies, and then going to a good cause and K9 and everything, dude. It's a good thing you're doing.
You're really good with your words. I like that. Find out how tall the mountain is. No, for sure. I love that. No, so thank you. I appreciate it, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So yeah, I'll leave you with this. What's on the horizon for you guys over there for the publishing? I mean, are you going to keep it short form books? Would you ever move into maybe small chapter books? And then also we got to definitely make sure you tell the people how they can purchase the book, because we got to get some copies out there, man.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Look, I've got a lot written. Got a couple documents, just different stories. A lot of children's books, or scripts, I should say. Uh, the biggest part is the illustrations, which are the more costly thing. Coming up with the idea and putting it in is just time. But the goal of Davis and Davis Publishing is to publish many different titles. And certain, like the Move with Melo, I've got 3 other Move with Melos written already. So make that into a series. What I've found as I've studied the industry is a lot of books, like for one in particular is the Little Blue Truck. But they've got a Halloween Little Blue Truck. They've got a Valentine's Day Little Blue Truck, right? And so they're able to continue building on that brand by adding more into the series. So that's definitely a goal of mine. And then really, this might sound far fetched, but I hear a lot of people talk about generational wealth and things like that. And while I'm 34, so I'm a little late to starting, but I'm like, okay, this might be, if I can maneuver this right and promote it enough and get the brand big enough, then this could be something that could carry on for the next Davis generation and the next Davis generation. And the art will live on, much like Eric Carle, who didn't pass too long ago. Brown Bear is still going to be a hit for ever to come, right? It's a classic. It's still getting purchased. So that's really the goal, is to continue publishing and just get it up there. And hopefully each time I can find a good cause to also donate part of the portions to, regardless of what the actual title is or behind it. But as far as where to purchase the book right now, davisanddavispublishing.com. That's DAVISANDDAVIS publishing.com. And you can also follow us on Instagram at Davis and Davis Publishing. And all sales are going through the website. And it's been a fun process. As far as actually making it live this past month or so, a really fun process, and you really just see all the love. And that's what means the most. So I'm grateful to individuals like you for allowing me to talk about it and provide a platform to speak on it. I'm very grateful to you, Bob, for making the purchase. Then it's little things too. When you ask me to sign, I'm like, oh, that's hard. I've never been asked to sign a damn thing in my life.
Right? I have the only signed copy in existence as of now, right?
There have been some signed. There have been you started
okay.
the way.
Right.
I'll say that.
All right.
Yeah, no, for sure. It started with you, but then some other individuals asked, and as because you were one of the first purchasers, probably like the first 3, so there have been a few more afterwards that have asked, but you definitely were the first one to ask for the
We see the vision, man. We see where this is going. So having a signed copy, years from now, I'll be like, yeah, I got the author. One, I'm friends with this famous author, and he signed the first one of the copies of his first book. So
no, for sure, yeah, man. So no, that means a lot, man. It means a lot.
You've supported us. You support everyone, man. Sav, all these guys. You're always putting, basically a lot of your social medias is just other people's content that you're pushing, including ours. So
it's not difficult to support, man. Not at all.
Exactly. and I have kids, so this is a perfect thing. I mean, no matter what, I'll support anything you do, but obviously it adds even more so that I got a book that my 7-year-old over here, 6-year-old can read, and it's something that you can read over and over again because it's one of those kind of books. So, but yeah, we had to bring you on. And we always try to once a season or so to see what you got going on because like I said, you wear a lot of hats, man, and you do everything very well. And we're always rooting for you over here at TSP for sure. And I'm excited for what's next.
My dogs. Real quick before we get off, I just wanted to, Dylan. I know you're on a new venture as you've done before, I think, but your wife is deployed right now.
Yes, she is.
Okay, well, shout out to you, man, for holding down the fort, man. That's I know it just took a turn, but I wanted to, shout out to you and salute to you for holding down the fort and doing big dad things.
I appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of the day. I appreciate the outlet, the platform, and you guys keep talking shop. Ha!
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. I'll scream at you.
Take care.
Yep.
Man.
See you, man.
Love you. Peace.
And there he is. Always a blast talking to that guy. He's incredible, man. I love Alex. Known him for probably 15 years now, and he's a hell of a father. And it's just cool that he started a publishing company for him and his son. And I hope it takes off. Dylan, like I said, I think that'd be a perfect thing for you to fire off, get a purchase for you and the girls. I think they'll get a kick out of it. And just like I said, the illustrations are really like nothing I've ever seen before. I really like it. It really popped out to me. It's kind of like it's like a Dr. Seuss-esque book, very short. You know what I mean? Like a couple sentences each page as you go through, the day with Melo there. And it's awesome that he was able to kind of pay tribute, to his longtime friend there, Melo, the dog, and then to also donate, some of the proceeds to I think it was canine cancer. So that's awesome.
Yeah, it seems like it benefits all around. It really does touch all the bases there. A great thing he's doing. I need to get my own signed copy as well for sure.
Yeah,
and what I would like to do, and wonder if it's even possible, if I can buy an extra copy and then donate to my daughter's school and their library to get it within the mix. Because I know they're able to. They have library day and they can go in there and they can pick their book and they keep it for like the week or whatever and return it. So maybe another kid out there takes that book and finds it, and who knows? Maybe the next time at a book fair, I'll see a stack of them. Of Alex Davis collection, or maybe he has his own shelf one day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm hoping
that'd be cool, man. And then like you said, you'll be able to tell people, I was friends with this guy. He's been on my show a few times. I have a signed copy of his first book, all kinds of stuff, man. But I think the sky's the limit, and
100%.
He's already got all this stuff, basically written out. He just got to kind of get it in motion, and kind of get the the funds in place for the illustrations, and we'll see some more added to the mix there. So I'm excited, man.
And then the shout out for me, just hell of a guy, man. Just a hell of a guy. We like to call those HOAs. Hell of a human. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm glad you explained that, because on the surface, calling somebody
maybe that acronym doesn't really work.
Yeah, maybe not. But nonetheless, man, he's the most supportive person I know. Like I said, you wouldn't even know, looking at his social medias, you wouldn't even know that's his social media, because you're going to see our stuff, Sav, stuff he's doing down at the University of Findlay, stuff, all that stuff. So he's just very supportive. Always love to return the favor, and I'm glad we got to bring him on, man, to plug that. So yeah, DavisandDavisPublishing.com. Get a copy. I think it's like $20, and that includes shipping and everything, and everything arrived within like I think 2 days, and it's awesome. So definitely consider getting a copy.